Alright, we are live. Alright everyone, this is our last stream of the week for Pokemon Heartgold. We've had an amazing week. We've did Probopass and Metagross and offline in the Discord. I'll need to upload this for members later, but we re-ranked Slowbro, and I'm actually kind of proud of the re-rank. I didn't think it was going to do much better because of how bad the Pokemon was, but I saved quite a lot of time. Anyway, today we'll be playing through the game with Magnezone. Magnezone, I think, is going to be far better than Probopass was, because Electric Steel is a way better typing than Rock Steel, and our stats are a lot better. Really good special attack, we get access to great special moves like Thunderbolt and Flash Cannon, and in general, I'm just looking forward to using this. I hope y'all had plenty of time to look over the moveset and stuff like that. I'm just making sure I have my clock set properly. Yep. Alright, so in terms of our abilities, we're running Magnet Pull. I am still sorta unfamiliar with how this ability works, because I know in Gen 3 it makes it more likely you receive Pokenav calls. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. In battle, it prevents adjacent steel types from fleeing. Wow, that is useless. Gen 6 onwards, steel types are now unaffected by... Okay. From Emerald onwards, if Pokemon with Magnet Pull is in the first party, there's a 50% chance the game will force an encounter with a steel type, one if possible. Okay, so this ability straight up doesn't do anything. What the? In Heartgold Soul Silver only, if a Pokemon with Magnet Pull breaks a rock, it receives a flat 5% increase in odds? What? Dude. Apparently, this ability makes it more likely you find stuff with Rock Smash. How, dude? Random things you just learn doing these. Oh, jeez. But anyway, so far on the leaderboard, Probopass is at 19 out of 21st place, with a time of 3:12:47. I'm pretty confident we can beat that time quite a bit. The only Pokemon that Probopass did better than were Zigzagoon and Venonat, which kind of shows you how bad it was. And that Probopass run only had 9 resets. Alright, so I guess, yeah, we talked about ability. Our hidden power typing is Hidden Power Ice to help out with dragon and flying types. Well, not flying types, but dragon types. And our nature is Timid for extra speed and lower attack. Our speed isn't the best, so we could use some extra speed. Other than that, I feel like we're... Oh, I just realized Slowbro's ears are picking out of the webcam. Let me fix that. There we go. All right. I've got all... Let me just check the stats are all correct. Timid, Hidden Power Ice, Magnezone. Okay. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1... Go. What the? Did we just reset? Weird. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. I did like doing Heartgold this week. And next week, I was originally going to do Pokemon Black. But I was going to pair that up with 2 streams with Shadow Stitch. We'll be racing each other with the... the Forces of Nature from Gen 5, plus Enamorous. But he ended up being busy next week. So instead of Black next week, Pokemon Black is going to be the week after. And you may be saying, well, what's next week going to be? Pokemon Red. You're like, oh, that's boring. I've got 2 interesting runs planned. 2 completely polar opposites, yet they're similar. The first run for next week will be Alakazam. Very, very broken. And the next one will be Abra. Yeah, Alakazam and Abra. I don't know why I decided to pair those 2, but I just wanted to. Man, Magnezone's overworld sprite looks pretty good. Dude, that's what its back sprite looks like? Dude, you can barely see it. Dude, okay, that is an awful back sprite. Dude, you look at... Ew. How are you supposed to tell what that is? Like, I seriously don't know. I wonder if Scott will play through the game with the Magneton line. That'd be pretty cool. It's just the antenna. Exactly. Like, how are you supposed to tell what it is? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Donphan's back sprite from Gen 2. It was just the trunk. You couldn't see anything else. Also, I'm going to have a slight schedule change for next week. I always would start these streams at 7 p.m. EST. I'm going to start changing that to 8 p.m. EST. Because I want to start giving myself more time to, like, cook meals and do any other things that I need to do. So I don't feel rushed all the time. The main exceptions will be Saturday because we got to accommodate Ike's schedule. Because he lives in Spain. Hey, Dominic. Alright, let's see. Falkner and Bugsy, KO Pidgey and Rattata for speed EVs, catch a Pidgey for rest. Sprout Tower is harder than Falkner and Bugsy, which would make sense. Rival 2 could cause problems. Okay, so yeah, the early game's pretty simple. I've actually never seen Kingler's back sprite, at least for a very long time. What are the major threats? I think the first major threat is technically Chuck, but I have Thundershock for... I'll have Thunderbolt for his Poliwrath. I don't think we really have a good solution for Jasmine. I'd have to read a bit further ahead in the notes to look. Let's see, Whitney and Morty, grab Flash Cannon, get Thunderbolt, substitute Dratini and Wide Lens, Charge Beam at Olivine City. For Jasmine, it's just use a Charge Beam and sweep with Hidden Power Ice. I'm gonna fight Youngster Joey here, because it's always good to have XP, and Rattata gives a speed EV. Pretty good on wild Pokemon luck so far. I had to jinx it. Well, it was gonna happen at some point. Ooh, my cut user. Alright, how good is Thundershock against these Bellsprout? That was a crit. Okay, not that bad. I think when Axew said Sprout Tower is harder than Faulkner and Bugsy, I think he was just saying that to be sarcastic. I still can't believe that Magnet Pull increases the odds of you finding an item with Rock Smash. Like, if I needed to farm shards, that'd be a good ability to have. It kind of makes you wonder, though. I'll need to actually do some research into this, but does the Magnet Pull user have to be in the first slot for it to activate, or just be in your party? Because if the answer is just be in your party, if there's ever a run where I need to farm specific shards, I could catch a Magnemite or something to increase my odds. Well, it's only a flat plus 5%, which doesn't mean that much, but you never know. Okay, I only have 2 Thundershocks left. Yeah, I can't beat Faulkner on that. I'm not even going to bother fighting the trainers. I think I can just skip them. Because Magnezone isn't really going to struggle at any of these gyms. I just did some early training because early training always goes a long way. It's always better to save, like, training for later in the game. That is true, but if you're... But that doesn't mean you should skip all training entirely, because if you skipped all early game training and just went straight to the hard trainers, unless the Pokemon you're running is good, you're going to struggle against the hard trainers, and you might get resets or slow down. So it's always good to do some early training, just not much. Like, the extra optional here and there. Also, I am playing the game on Tuesday, so since I'm playing on Tuesday, that means I'll get flash cannoned from the department store. Fun fact, if I play this game on a different day of the week, I believe that'd be Friday, I could get Charge Beam from the Goldenrod Lottery, but I don't need Charge Beam that early. It does mean I can't get Return because I'm not playing on Sunday. I would have to wait until Kanto to purchase it, because in Kanto, at the Celadon department store, you can purchase Return no matter what day of the week it is, whether you've obtained it or not. But this thing, I don't really think we're going to need Return. I'm fighting this guy just for speed EVs. He gives 4 of them. Would you ever consider making your own fan game? No. That's too much work, and I'm not creative enough to do that. This is what I mean by, like, the extra optional trainer here and there. Because these fights don't take long. In Heartgold Soul Silver, like, the amount of time you lose with a reset versus just fighting, like, 3 or 4 extra trainers, it's meaningful. It's not like Generation 1 or 2, or potentially 3, where resets don't cost that much time. In the newer games, resets cost a lot of time. Okay, that was an accident. Uh-oh. Okay, that actually could have been bad. I was playing the ROM hack called Pokemon Hearth. I might have heard of it. Alright. Geodude or Sandshrew. Geodude. Man, I wish, like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Black, and White, I really wish there was someone in the early game that gives you a Dusk Ball, because it would make catching that Geodude so good. Alright, can we get an item? Darn. I may as well fight this guy too. He's got 3 Spearow, or 3 Pidgeys. Might have a Spearow too. Sonic Boom, gross. Actually, it might have been worth teaching that for the Geodudes. Oh well. I mean, none of the Geodudes have ground moves anyway, so it's not really worth worrying about. I mean, that was definitely risky. From what I'm seeing, it has to be the Pokemon from Magnet Pull using Rock Smash. Are you sure it's not like just having it in your party? Or like being in the first slot? Because I know in Generation 3, having a Magnet Pull user in your party makes it more likely you receive phone calls. Either that or it has to be in the first slot. But like I said, I would need to research it. Like, see exactly how that works. And electric, people don't talk about this enough, but electric type Pokemon in the Johto games are very good. Because the thing is, there's almost no ground types to resist them. There's barely any ground type users in this game. Like, the only major threats in this game that actually have ground type moves are pretty much just Price's Piloswine. But then again, it's Price we're talking about. The one trainer near Mahogany has a Dugtrio on his team, but if we talk about just major fights only, then Price's Piloswine, Bruno's Onyx. That's pretty much it. Like, in terms of major trainers having ground types. I can't really think of anything else. Oh no, not Fury Attack. Whatever shall I do? Yeah, don't even bother saving. I resist all of Bugsy's Pokemon. I'm immune to one of them. Although, tomorrow, in Pokemon Crystal, we're going to be playing the game with, Mega Starmie. And, I need to start getting better than Ike. The one thing Ike really has going for over either me or Steve is the fact that he just knows where the risky spots are. Like, he doesn't bother saving in front of specific gym leaders. And we're all like, dude, why would you not save? But then, when we criticize him for not saving in front of, like, Morty, let's say, he ends up being a series of one-shots, and I'm like, oh. So it's all stuff I should think about. Alright, I'm gonna heal up just to get my Thunder Shocks. Alright, I better save in case the Ghastly uses Curse. I did make a quick save state. After that save, I'm doing it as an experiment. So I want to figure out why my patch is having saving problems. Well, Dominic, we're talking about in terms of a solo challenge, and it's different with each Pokemon. Like, some Pokemon have a major threat against Morty, but others won't. He just knows, like, where the risky spots are for each Pokemon. And you may be saying, like, are you letting him play it ahead of time? No, I literally give him everything, like, I'm not kidding, like, 10 minutes prior. I'm a bit indifferent on Mega Feraligatr. From what I've heard online, it's supposed to resemble how crocodiles carry their youth. Like, some species of crocodile carry their youth in their mouths. And that's what it's supposed to look like. But I don't know. I feel like they could have done a better job with Mega Feraligatr. I'm getting nothing on info Magpul besides Bulbapedia saying DB aren't providing anything besides the base stuff. Yeah, Bulbapedia is the only good website for extremely specific stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it just has to be in the party. Either that or the first slot, but I don't think the Rock Smash user has to have it. And if you're also wondering why I got the charcoal, whenever I've had to buy a bunch of, repels and escape ropes in the early game, I end up having money problems. Especially with stuff like the Goldenrod Lottery. Oh no, Mega Emboar is really good. It literally just looks like an Emperor. I like it a lot. Then again, there are people who hate Emboar's design. I never hated Emboar's design. I thought Emboar was I thought it was the second best designed Pokemon, followed by Samurott. Serperior is a good design too. But the Tepig line was always my favorite of the three. It used to be Samurott, but Samurott's stats aren't really as good as they make out to be. But, like, in the original games that they were introduced in, Emboar, with its fire fighting type, just completely destroys everything, even in a casual playthrough. It gives you a type advantage against Lenora, Berg, potentially Clay with his Excadrill, and you get an advantage against Bryson. There's just so many foes you get an advantage against. Meanwhile, Serperior gets the Chikorita treatment. I don't know, I like Mega Meganium. Where's the lottery? Oh, the lottery's on the 6th floor. Alright. TM. Flash cannon. I don't think I want any other things here. I mean, that'd be interesting to play. Like, a Legends GBA ROM hack. Then again, I'm not much of a ROM hack person. I don't know what it is about them. Like, I just can't get myself to play them as seriously as a normal Pokemon game. I just can't. I don't know if it's the fact they're, like, not canon. I don't know if it's the fact that it's someone else's vision on what a game should have been. I don't know. I don't know what it is about them, but I just can't get into them. No matter what. Alright, time to flip the screen. Okay. Okay, that's all of those. Dang it, dude. Alright, there's a 2 in here. That would have to be here. Wow. This has to be the 3. Yep. Right, there's a 3, here. Yep. Alright, this row should have a 2. Not there. Has to be here. Wow. I'm trying to get better at this. This game is rigged. Hey, my life would be so much easier if you could just buy coins. I mean, obviously the advantage of not having to buy coins is, you can get the moves like Thunderbolt for the 3rd gym, but at the same time, it'd be more interesting gameplay-wise for sure. Alright, how many coins do I need? 15,100. There should be a 2 right here. Nope. Okay, that was just dumb. Alright, I think one more round. Dang it, I need one more. Okay, that's enough Voltorb Flip. Okay, so first things first, get myself a Dratini. How many? Just one substitute TM, one Thunderbolt, and one Wide Lens. So that way Charge Beam can become 99% accurate. Alright. Oh yeah, this is going to be a complete night and day difference with the moveset. Yeah, night and day difference with the moveset. Thunderbolt and Flash Cannon. These two moves are basically going to stay on the moveset almost the entire game. They're my best moves. The one thing that I am noticing that might hold me back a little bit is my speed stat. I want to make sure I can outspeed Morty's Ghastly. Metronome Body Slam. Thankfully I did that. That could have paralyzed. You can buy coins in Platinum. Yeah. Every other game that has a game corner, you can just buy the coins, which makes it a lot simpler. It's honestly, I actually kind of like that strategic planning. Like, if you just had the ability, like if in Heartgold, if you had the ability to just purchase coins, that means moves like Thunderbolt and Substitute, you would have to wait to get those. And honestly, getting the Dratini wouldn't be worth it. You would just get the one in the Dragon's Den. It'd be interesting strategies for sure, but we got like Platinum in other games. We'll be fine. Wait, no, did I get the Squirt Bottle? I legitimately don't remember. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, let's see. For Rival 3, Morty's, substitute spam Thunderbolt, get Charge Beam at Olivine. Chuck is fine as long as he doesn't troll you. And then at the Lake of Rage, grab Choice Specs and Hidden Power. Yeah, this run's going to be relatively simple. I'll get the Quick Claw just in case. You know the interesting thing in Heartgold? There's now a mandatory trainer to get to Sudowoodo Tree, because this guy is mandatory. But you might be asking, why not just go cut the tree in the grass? Well, you see, otherwise you'd be swapping a Psychic for a Bug Catcher. And the Bug Catcher's in grass, so you'd have to use a Repel. Alright, now I just gotta go over here and go get rest. I actually really like this routing I came up with. Just deposit all your Pokemon in the National Park PC, and just leave the Spearow in, because you can't deposit the Spearow anyway because it's holding mail. Then you can give it to him, and then that way your party's now empty for the double battle. And also, if I was playing on Sunday, which I'm not, I'm playing on Tuesday, I could get the magnet. I mean, the guy is technically right there in the ROM. I could go get it, but that would be violating my rules, so I'm not going to. Man, if only this was Gen 6 where those things were weak to Flash Cannon. Yeah, I can withdraw the Pokemon now. You only really want to keep them deposited for that one moment. Plus, there is an advantage. Having more than one Pokemon makes Morty more likely to go for main look. You could say that's cheating with, like, because, like, your party being full of Pokemon can manipulate the AI into using other moves. But come on. How else are you going to go around without HMs? Like, would you now be suggesting that for, like, for example, Blue's Arcanine has Roar. Are you now saying I would have to take time to deposit my HM users just so the Arcanine can't use Roar? I'll only do that unless it's strategically viable. But, like, I don't really like spending time to, like, artificially make something harder for no reason. I know something Scott did in his patch of Crystal. He modified Morty's AI, so it'll always see that he has a party of one, so it will never go for main look. I think he's just tired of expecting a hard fight with Morty just for him to throw with main look. I mean, come on, it's how the game was designed. Like, you can't play the game with only one Pokemon. I get why he did it, though, for more of a challenge. But I'm not going to bother with that. I don't think this will be enough PowerPoints. You know what? I'm going to pull the Steve strat here. Steve told me, like, instead of wasting an Ether here, like before Morty, if you're running a little low on PP, fight the first trainer, then go heal at the center. So that way, when you get to Morty, you'll have some decent PP left, and you'll have enough to get to Olivine, too. Oops. Lock on, disgusting. Don't want that move. Alright, so I just took a look at my saving icon down there when I was making save states. For some reason, the first 2 saves always say, now saving a lot of data. But then the third one's fine. Seriously, crit? Uh-oh. Okay, that level up kind of saved me, not gonna lie. If it weren't for that level up, I would be speed tied with that Haunter. I was trying to substitute, but I was supposed to substitute on the Ghastly, not the Gengar. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want to pick up PP-ups for Thunderbolt and Flash Cannon. I have a problem in my runs, like, picking up PP-ups, but just never using them. This game gives you so many. Like, in my Discord server, I wrote a guide on, like, hey, there's another effective magnet pull. I wrote a guide in my Discord server in the Heartgold Soul Silver channel on where all the PP-ups are in the game. This game, in the main story and the Kanto postgame, if you can even count it a postgame, is 11. This game gives you 11 PP-ups and 3 PP maxes. Like, you're not going to need that many. So it's kind of a force of habit, honestly. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want to use an Ether on Thunderbolt. Actually, no, use a PP-up. I did pick up a PP-up. Normally, I try to avoid that guy, but he does get 5 Speed EVs because he has 5 Pidgeys. So he's essentially half a Carbos. And he's a spinner. There's not much you can really do. You know what's funny? As a kid, I always struggled with the lighthouse because I had no idea how to get to the top. Oh, I'm guessing what you did, Boss Kale, was you looked up how Rock Smash works. Okay, I'm willing to hear it. If the move is performed by a walking Pokemon or one that has Keen Eye, Magnet Pull, or Suction Cups, the odds are increased by a flat 5%. This can stack. Wait. The Rock Smash has to be performed by a walking Pokemon or one that has Keen Eye, Magnet Pull, or Suction Cups. So if I have a Pokemon with Magnet Pull in the party, but my main Pokemon, which is not the Magnet Pull user, has Rock Smash, and I make it use Rock Smash, will it give me the boost? I'm trying to understand this. So basically, does the Magnet Pull Keen Eye Suctions Cup 5% bonus, does the Pokemon with that ability have to be the one using Rock Smash? I guess that's my main question. Does it have to be them using Rock Smash, or do they just have to be in the party? Okay, hold on. I better go heal at the center. I want to do a lot of the training in the water, but I have, like, no PP. Sounds like what they're saying. Okay, so no matter what, the Magnet Pull user has to be the one using Rock Smash. And I know for a fact this thing can't learn Rock Smash. So, okay then. I thought it was going to be a bit more helpful than that, but no. So yeah, I take it back. Magnet Pull is completely useless. The move is garbage. Garbage. Yeah, I'm going to do a lot of the trainers in the water. I know some of these trainers are good. Actually, wait, there's a trainer here with like 4 Tentacool and like a Staryu and a Shelter. Oh boy, Nose Pass. Ugh. Where's the guy? There was a guy here with like 6 Pokemon. This guy? Yep, this guy. Man, that was almost an entire level. I mean, for some Pokemon, it would be very optimal to just skip all this training, but in Heart Gold Soul Silver runs, there is never a reason to skip optional trainers. Most Pokemon need a very high level for Red, so it is very dumb to want to skip training. Okay, I just have 6 Thunderbolts left. Will that be enough? Sadly, yeah, Nosepass is the only Magnapole user to benefit from this. Really? So wait, so Kenai and Suction Cups also gives you increased odds of Rock Smash giving you an item? That was some decent training. Oh, I did not expect that to live, actually. That could have been pretty scary. Alright, I'll just gotta leave this gym and re-enter. Those do as well. Okay. Suction Cups. The only Pokemon I know that have Suction Cups are the Cradily line, Octillery. Like, what other Pokemon could have that? Yep, Chuck was an absolute joke. Oh, I forgot, Charge Beam. I'll have to go backtrack to Olivine for that. That's fine, I can deliver the secret potion while I'm there. Those are the only ones. Alright, I think 40 max repels might be enough for the whole game. Okay, hold on. I better teach Charge Beam right now. Over Metal Sound. Can I just do Jasmine now? Oh no, I have to do Price next, because I still need Flash Cannon for Price, and then Hidden Power Ice for Jasmine. So yeah, I have to do Price 6th. Hello? Also, I learned this in yesterday's stream. Well, I always knew that Super Potion was there, but there's the Max Potion. Let's see. I did plenty of training in the water. I don't think there's any reason to do Lake of Rage training. The training here is pretty good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Magnezone's good enough to where I don't need to. Well, I'm gonna make one exception. This guy. Well, he may not have been that good now that I think about it. What is this? Red flute. Secret power. There was one Heartgold run I did where I actually needed that. It's a shame. Secret power is not really useful outside of Gen 3. Gen 3 it's useful because of how early you get it. Plus it ends up being like a universal, like, normal type move. Oh yeah, Magnezone's doing really good. No resets or blackouts, and it... Was anything close? Morty was actually close, but that was mainly because of player error. I'm trying to think of where the next struggle point would be. I mean, it could potentially be Jasmine, because I do need to get a Charge Beam off of it, but her Pokemon really can't do damage against me, so it's probably not that. Alright. While I spam A on these Rocket Grunts, I'm going to look away and look at my notes here. Let's see. Nothing to go over for Radio Tower. Petrol, Ariana, and Archer are jokes. Not even the rival. Carbos, high priority, and calcium for vitamins. Grab one Hyper Beam TM from the department store. Interesting. Wonder what that use for Hyper Beam is going to be. As for Claire, Charge Beam on Gyarados. We get a +1 boost. Thunderbolt guarantees Kingdra at 48. Hidden Power Ice the Dragonairs. Also, I've started getting all the healing items I can on the ground because in my Heartgold runs lately, I've been noticing I have a problem with lack of healing items. So whenever I pass by a Hyper Potion or a Max Potion, I'm just always going to get it. Okay, let me keep reading. My moveset for the league is Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, Charge Beam, and Substitute. Koga free, Will free, Hiker mostly free, Karen free, Lance equipped Never Melt Ice. If you're faster than the level 49 Dragonite sweep, even without any Charge Beam boosts, he is the Bird Keeper overall. Never Melt guarantees the 50 Dragonite. Okay, From what I'm seeing, basically nothing in the Johto section is going to be a problem. Oh, I can see. Hyper Beam is actually for Misty's Quagsire. That's actually pretty smart. I don't remember what run this was, but I remember doing this one run in Platinum where I actually had to purchase Hyper Beam for Wake's Quagsire. It was some sort of electric type I was playing. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it wasn't an electric type. It was something weak to water or ground. I remember doing something where I had to actually purchase Hyper Beam. It was actually my idea to do it, too. Now I'm really irritated. I can't remember what it was. Man, is that Dragonite only know Fly? Okay, this is kind of annoying. Dragonite did all the work. Okay, I don't have a way to heal that paralysis, so I am just gonna have to deal with it for now. Man, I really wish these Electrode had self-destruct still. It has Thunder and Twister. Oh yeah, but it seems like right away he's always using Fly. Alright, so Thunderbolt and Flash Cannon for price. Gotta replace Flash Cannon with Hidden Power for Jasmine. And after that, we don't really need Flash Cannon anymore. Not even gonna save here. Alright, gotta teach Hidden Power in the place of Flash Cannon. And while I'm in the menu here, teach Whirlpool. I'll save here just in case, but what the main plan is going to be, substitute and get off a +1. +1 should be enough. This should two-shot the Steelix. Discharge is just a weaker Thunderbolt. Although I think it hits both targets in double battles, but that doesn't really matter for me, obviously. Alright, dreaded phone call time. Alright, I'm gonna heal up at the start. Even though I haven't used that many PPs, or that much PP, I want to start the rocket section with a good amount. Also, for those interested in my update for Daily December, I have finished editing 4 videos so far. So far, I've been doing good at 1 a day, although one of them took 2 days. And that was, I blame Probopass for that. 100% blame Probopass for going so late. Okay, yeah, so just set up a substitute here to block smokescreen, and I'm immune to all poison moves. Who knows, they might just start blowing up. Probably not, I won't even give them a chance to. Robo doesn't get a pass for delaying content. Hey, come on, I was tired. Like, it's not like I skipped editing. Like, after that Probopass stream ended, I was editing, but I was too tired to finish, and when I ended up stopping for the day, I was only 2/3 of the way done. So if Probopass didn't go so late, I would have finished. But then again, it's not like my goal is to have every video finished by December 1st. I'm accepting the fact that I will have to do editing into December. But if I can enter December with the first, like, 17 videos done, that'll give me a start for finishing the rest. But I hope to get a lot more than that done. Man, I am just such a Chad. I'm not even using Substitute. This is the one spot I wish I had Flash Cannon, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, do I have an Ether? Yes, I do. I mean, right now it's November 7th, so if I continue editing it once a day, I'll get another 22 finished, along with my 4. So I should be able to have, like, at the start of December, like, 25, 26. Plus, the bright side of me doing this, me doing all the voiceovers for Daily December, I started doing the voiceovers in August, and some of the runs were recorded as far back as April. Like, I've been planning this all year, trying to keep it a surprise for people. It's given me a lot more practice getting cleaner voiceovers and making it more efficient. And I'm actually doing a similar thing for the editing. I'm going to need to do my vitamin of the day, which is high priority Carbos. Well, I can only buy 1 Carbos. Okay, do I need any of these TMs for later? Alright, keep rest. Okay, literally just keep rest. I don't need any other TM here. Okay, yeah. I don't need any other TM besides rest. Alright, 1 Carbos. Alright, I can afford 5 calcium. But yeah, Magnezone's moveset is going to be so stationary. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, besides for parts later where I gotta teach different moves, like, my moveset's staying the same. Like, Thunderbolt and Charge Beam are never gonna get rid of. Thunderbolt, Charge Beam. Yeah, Thunderbolt and Charge Beam are the moves I'm never getting rid of. I am definitely not going to chance it anymore after what happened with Probopass. I will use Substitute on Arbok. Okay, that wasn't necessary, but if that had lived in red health and I got paralyzed, things would have been bad. I mean, maybe not for this thing specifically. I don't like how little HP I have. I don't think I need to save, though. My plan is just... don't even bother setting up a sub. It's just gonna get broken. Oh, that one shot. I mean, it is a glass cannon. I probably should have expected that, but still, Charge Beam's weak. I expected it to live. That was a really clean rocket section. Alright, gonna need to heal up at the center. Magnezone has the highest special attack of any electric type in Gen 4. Really? It definitely shows as well. One thing I will say though, if Magnezone was in the slow level up group, this run would be a lot worse. Because I think because I'm in the medium fast group and not the slow group, I haven't had to do much optional training. I mean, even if I was in the slow group, I probably wouldn't be getting resets, but I would definitely have to do optional training for sure. Yeah, this is a complete night and day difference from Probopass. Also, Salamence, I finally learned the efficient way of going through this. I gotta teach Strength. It's always at this point I remember Strength exists. I will need this. Alright, I'll use this other PP up on Thunderbolt. Okay, I am definitely going to equip the Never Melt Ice for sure. Alright, as for Claire, charge me the Gyarados. If we get one boost, +1 Thunderbolt guarantees Kingdra at level 48 minimum. I'm pretty confident Axew did these calculations assuming 100 special attack EVs. He usually does that. So yeah, it definitely doesn't look like I'll be able to one-shot the Kingdra. So I think... Can Gyarados survive a Charge Beam? Potentially letting me get 2. Probably not, no. Then again, like, what's the Kingdra gonna do? I mean, Hydro Pump's gonna hurt for sure. I'm mainly worried about Smokescreen more than anything. Yeah, I can just substitute. Right. I keep forgetting I have that move. Why lava? I don't know, because dragons breathe fire, I guess. Oh, interesting. Dragonair comes out second. That's great. I can get a second boost. Hey, it beats her having 3 Dragonairs. I mean, Gyarados should have been a Dragon type, but I can get why in Gen 1 they didn't make it a Dragon type, because Water Dragon in Gen 1 would literally have no weaknesses. That's probably why they didn't do it. Still, its Mega should have been Water Dragon. No, don't. Don't. Oh my god, I hate that sign. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot the, choice specs. Well, I better not do what I did last time and let it roll over to the next day. Remember, Dominic, not many dragon types existed back in the days. Okay, it is... Okay. Seriously? I tried to use a repel, and it's like, oh, sorry, you already have a repel active. And I'm like, okay. 4 steps later, it runs out. Alright, I'm gonna deposit my HM users here. This is just in case I black out to the kimono girls. Oh, right. Dude, I'm so stupid, dude. I forgot to talk to Elm. This isn't the first time I've done this. Really? No, Pidgey. This solo run isn't about you. Wait. Oh well. I'm pretty confident I won't die. Yeah, I know I need to talk to Elm first. I know that. Look at that crit. Honestly, I think I should only deposit my HM users if I have any doubts. Like, if I was playing Magneton and not Magnezone... Oh, no. Oh, dude, that is so embarrassing. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that is probably one of the most embarrassing ways to die. Wow, that is so stupid. Why did I do that? Appropriate music. I wasn't paying attention, and I did it. Dude. Synchronize? Are you kidding? This better not give me a reset. Or another blackout, I meant. Okay, there is no... Wait. Oh, wait, it doesn't matter if Quick Attack can kill me. I'm still gonna die to the Vaporeon. I hate this game. Super hate this game. Yeah, this is normally why you deposit, but I'm not supposed to be losing here. Like, that Umbreon somehow survived that Thunderbolt, and it synchronized paralysis onto me. That was literally how I died. I mean, if anything, at least I'm getting XP. Crit. Wait, is the ability synchronize or synchronize? I always called it synchronize. And I get paralyzed anyway. Doesn't matter that late in. Oh, come on. Dude, if that had killed me again, I would have been so mad. Magnezone was not supposed to struggle here at all. It was super dumb, the fact that it did. Also, you know what's weird? How come when you go down the stairs, there's that little animation, but when you go up those stairs, like, you didn't climb up the stairs. It's like you entered a doorway. It's so weird. Hold on, I better unequip this for wide lens before I forget. Alright, can I outspeed this? Oh yeah. Dude, Ho isn't that fast. I think when you turn your back to it, Ho will not come back from some time. Alright, time to get all the Johto candies. Alright, I'm gonna get the other PP up as well so I can have 24 Thunderbolts. You know, it really annoys me that some of those trees are misaligned. I don't think I need the heart scale for anything, so I'll just skip that. Okay, let's see. The first Whirl Island candy. I think after the first Whirl Island candy, I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. I'll use an extra PP up on Charge Beam while I'm at it. I don't think I'm gonna... Should I fight some of these trainers? If you're faster than the 49 Dragonites. The level 49 Dragonites have 107 speed. So, I think after like 3 levels I should. But yeah, I don't think I need to do any of the training here. I wonder if it's faster to go through this whirlpool. I don't think it is. Oh, Boss KO, you never posted your Gwaghay emote. Quagsire is going to be very upset. He'll come to your house. That guy said Fisherman Scott, right? He did. Wow. Alright, I guess Boss KO Quagsire is going to be hoping you have a warm pillow. Okay, there you go. You're really pushing Quagsire's nerves there, Boss KO. You know that, right? He knows all. You know, I do like how these 2 trainers are mandatory. While for good Pokemon you can skip them, in this game, since you can't skip them, you can always take advantage of them for good training. Alright, I don't think I need any more PP ups, so I'm just gonna skip the rest. I probably didn't need to save here either. Lord Quagsire doesn't have to put up with internet issues. The fact it took you that long to say that actually makes me believe you. Oh yeah, 108 speed. Yep, all that speed the Dragonites. Fun fact, the level 49 Dragonites on Lance's team have a plus speed nature. His level 50 Ace Dragonite has a minus speed nature. That's why the speed stats are so different. Okay. Alright, let's do this. You had a buffer? Dang. The funny thing that Exeggutor doesn't have a grass move. Be a lot better if it did. Alright, I won't save here. Oh no, I can't escape. Whatever shall I do? Okay, I might use a sub here. I don't think I outspeed the Crobat, and I don't want to get Confuse Raid. Yep. Alright, it just wing attacked anyway. Yeah, that could have been risky. Oh, this is a good level. It says 1 Charge Beam and Sweep at level 54. If you're under 54, you'll need +2 on the Machamp. I'm exactly 54. That's perfect. Oh, that wasn't a boost at all. Oh, thank God that Swagger missed. Dude, 3 Charge Beams in a row, not a 4, 5, 6. I just got 6 Charge Beams in a row without a single boost. That is actually insane. Can someone tell me what the odds of that are? Charge Beam is 70% to give me +1. So what's the chance of not getting a boost 6 times? Does that Umbreon have ability that prevents that? I don't think it does. So I essentially got a 30% odds thing 6 times in a row. That's kind of insane. That's like landing 6 Horn Drills. Okay, yeah, since I do outspeed all of the dragons, there is no point to having Thunderbolt or Substitute here. Or Charge Beam, I meant. There's no point in Charge Beam. You know Magnezone? Magnezone is going to be a contender for top 3. It's not going to get sub 2, though. Because I think the only way for a Pokemon to get sub 2 is probably skipping the Game Corner. The problem is the Game Corner is just too valuable for a lot of Pokemon. Like, getting a powerful move early on speeds up so much of the game. Like, it easily makes up for all that time. It would essentially have to be a Pokemon that gets all the good moves by level up. Like, it doesn't need anything by TM, and it doesn't need Substitute. Alright, Erica, Sabrina, Misty, Surge, Brock, Blaine, Janine. Wow, for once we're actually doing the Kanto gym leaders in the proper order. That's nice. I did also read ahead And I do essentially need all the rare candies for the round 2 league, so I will be getting those. Right now, my first place is Garchomp. I believe it got like a 208. The problem is, like, if I get 0 resets in Kanto, beating Blue takes like 25 minutes, but that doesn't count round 2 league. I would essentially have to have no problems from here on out to contend with Garchomp. But it's entirely doable to compete with Garchomp. Do you guys think this Pokemon can beat Garchomp's 208? Actually, no. Garchomp was a 157. Yeah, Magnezone's not beating that. It'll be like 157 when I beat Blue. Honestly, those blackouts to the Komodo girls definitely held it back a bit, but I wouldn't say that's the make or break difference with Garchomp. The thing is with Garchomp is that it had access to Swords Dance. Meaning, like, you could effectively just skip training. Of all kinds. Despite being in the slow group. Alright, I'm gonna equip the specs. Wait, did my Garchomp re-rank do the round 2 Elite Four? I'm pretty sure it did, because I remember doing a whole bunch of re-ranks. I remember I did all the re-ranks last year when I took that break for 7-month break from uploading videos. I was doing a bunch of re-ranks. It was during that time I changed my rule on how to do Heartgold by doing round 2 league, and that was why I was doing those re-ranks. Damn it, Axew, I am so mad. Axew literally said in the notes, Erica is free with Hidden Power Choice Specs, Hidden Power Ice. Yet, I just got destroyed. Man, all the way here? Okay, that is just stupid. That is so stupid. I should have just done the Charge Beam spam Hidden Power Ice thing. My main problem is the Jumpluff outspeeds and it went for Leech Seed then Sunny Day. Alright, so it looks like if you knock something out, you don't take Leech Seed damage that turn. Nice HP. Dang it. Let's see. Sabrina's free with Specs Thunderbolt. Okay, I'm still gonna say before that. I'm not even gonna bother with choice specs, actually. The Espeon's just gonna use a Calm Mind turn 1, and I'm pretty sure I outspeed. Oh wait, no I don't. Synchronize. That is irritating. Well, at least doing that's gonna stall out the light screen. Reflect. Okay, yeah, these fights weren't free. Then again, Axu made these notes in January. Yeah, definitely in the new year, we're probably not going to plan runs this far in advance anymore. Because not only were the notes lost in the Discord channels, but we would end up discovering new things later. So maybe in the new year, if Axu helps me plan runs, he'll still help plan runs. Just not the random solo run streams. Or the backports. We'll probably plan the runs week of. Or week before, something like that. Alright, I'm gonna need to deposit. Just to prepare for that double battle. I mean, it's probably not necessary, but better be safe. I just don't want to kill one of them and the other one puts me to sleep with Spore. I do wish, though, we were doing Pokemon Black next week. Shame Shadow's schedule was busy. Yeah, it definitely looks like I may have underestimated Magnezone in my over-under. Oh, I just realized I never bought Hyper Beam. Yeah, I better go get it. Each Hyper Beam over Charge Beam. I'm still at... Oh, I'm at 1 reset because of, Sabrina. Sabrina gave me my first reset. It's almost impossible to sneak past that guy. Oh no, you disabled substitute. Whatever shall I do? Hyper Beam. And then after Misty, drop Hyper Beam per Charge Beam. Yeah, we only needed it for that one fight. You might be asking, wouldn't Hidden Power Ice have been enough? I don't think so, because the Quagsire has Earthquake, which we're 4 times weak to. Oh wait, I was talking about major ground users. It's the Quagsire. The Quagsire is probably the #1 most terrifying ground user in the main game. Because the Quagsire is very defensive on Misty's team, not many things can one-shot it, and it has Earthquake. So if you're an electric type, if you can't one-shot it, you're going to have problems. There you go, Boss KO. Thanks for not being late, for using your internet as an excuse. I really need to put P-word in there as well. That way whenever a Porygon shows up, I'll be like, P-word, and then you can just put a P-word. Oops. You know, it's really annoying having the Kanto badges just override the Johto badges, so it's like there's still a mix of both. I couldn't find a way in the overlay to turn all the Johto badges off. How I did it in the Crystal Mapper for the overlay is I had it check the flag for if Lance was beaten, and if I did, all the Johto badges get deleted, but there wasn't any such flag in the mapper for Heartgold. Alright, Charge Beam over Hyper Beam. That is not what I meant to do. I was trying to experiment to see if talking to the second trash can instead of the first one would still activate the puzzle. That's what I was trying to do. No. Just making sure I get some extra special attack. Okay, yeah, +3 should be enough. I don't think anything here has Volt Absorb. I think 4 out of 5 of Surge's Pokemon have Static. I think the only one that doesn't is his, his Magneton? Yeah, Magneton can't have Sturdy. Oh, I can't have Static, I meant. It has Sturdy, but, like, what I meant is it can't have Static. Yeah, that's what I meant. And if only there's going to be a run where Shockwave is useful. Sadly, it'll probably never happen. I mean, in Pokemon Emerald recently, I've actually found uses for the Water Pulse TM. Well, actually, no, I don't think Axe you did. It was runs that I routed. I don't think he routed them. But he might have been with me at the time when I played them. I'm not sure. Alright, I'm not going to bother fighting anybody here. Before Blaine, use candies to be 65. You know, I probably should have fought those trainers. At 65, Rapidash's Overheat will not knock you out without a crit. Blaine's gym trainers will get me to 65. No need for the candies there. Silverwing. You know, I know my power points aren't good. I should just use an elixir, but honestly, I think with how bad the menuing is in this game, healing at the center might just be faster. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely get 65. Oh no, extreme... Dude, why'd that thing use extreme speed instead of overheat? Yeah, do not face the topmost guy, because that guy has a Nummel. Oh, have choice specs. So yeah, at level 65, Overheat will not kill me without a crit. We'll see about that. Or you just do that. Okay. I'm gonna get this candy too. I don't think it's possible to do the ice puzzle without him seeing you. Yeah, the Articuno doesn't give much XP. I'm just gonna skip it. I'm curious, is this guy any good? Eh. Damn it. Let's see, before blue, have leftovers over wide lens. Substitute and charge me with Executor while stalling out Trick Room. Round 2 lead, gather all the candies but the mouse silver candies. Yeah, I honestly think healing at a center, just whenever you fly to it, is faster than using an elixir. I mean, obvious... Oh, blue. Dude, I swear, talking to blue in this game is the remake's version of Dratini. Because obviously there isn't Dratini for me to always forget about. It's got to be something else, you know? Like, oh, I buy Dratini from the game corner. How about I just not talk to blue? I mean, not, forgetting to talk to blue is not as punishing as forgetting Dratini, but still. I've got to figure out what the best pathing is. It's up, left, up, left. Or no, it's up, left, up, right. Alright, so the plan here is to substitute Then Charge Beam, and if it does Trick Room, try to stall it. Trick Room. Honestly, he's just stalling himself. He just stalled himself. Oh yeah, Blue's Rhydon's another major ground user. I mean, funny enough, he is in the ground gym after all, even though nothing in here is a ground type except for the Rhydon. Yeah, Misty's Quagsire and Blue's Rhydon are two major ground users. I guess Lance's round 2 Garchomp, but his Garchomp isn't really that good. It's not good unless you give it time to set up. Like, it's gonna aim for setup. That's what it usually does. It's not like Cynthia's where he'll just aim for raw damage. He tries to set up with Swords Dance. Alright, I have 126 EVs. Alright, so it looks like to outspeed Red's Charizard and Blastoise, I need level 87 to 88. Yeah, I think level 88's guaranteed. Dude. Alright, so in Johto, there are 3 candies I can get. One in the Whirl Islands, one in Mount Mortar, and one in Olivine. I hate how that island sticks out. Honestly, I think I can skip the Mount Mortar candy. I'll just skip it. Alright, 18 candies. This will put me at level 86. Round 2 League, spam Choice Specs Thunderbolt. All of them are clean one-shots. None of the League members except for Lance is a ground type. Also Max Ether on Thunderbolt after the Hiker. The only thing that could survive is Umbreon, but Umbreon has nothing for Magnezone. before Lance removes specs for leftovers. I don't think I need to save before anyone here. I'm literally level 86. Although, I don't outspeed Koga's Crobat. I might hit myself, so... Should I just save before... You know what? Yeah. It's very punishing to get resets and blackouts in Heartgold, so just save when you can. Alright, I'm just going to disable my camera for a second. Thankfully, Bruno doesn't have his Onyx or even a Steelix in round 2, so nothing of his is immune to Thunderbolt. Okay, it says here, the Charizard has 179 speed is what I need. So yeah, with the amount of speed EVs I have, 87 is a speed type. So yeah, 88 is what I need. So yeah, I honestly probably could have skipped Cerulean Cave, too. Alright, before Lance removes specs for leftovers. And then for red, teach rest over substitute. Something I like in round 2 is Karen's Umbreon is really pathetic in round 2. Because it doesn't even have double team. It just has Confuse Ray. Honestly, funnily enough, with round 2 Karen, her worst Pokemon, instead of being her Umbreon, is actually her Spiritomb. Because if Spiritomb lands Curse on you, you just have to reset. But having Substitute obviously corrects that. I'll just get one Charge Beam. Dude. Come on, man. That was not a move I meant to go for. Well, I got the +1. I don't like getting the +1 that late. But thankfully, I think I outspeed everything else from here. I'm pretty sure the Salamence is his fastest Pokemon, and he leads with it. Yeah, he literally just leads with his fastest Pokemon. Okay, so if I can first try red, I'll probably get like a 2-11 finish. Usually takes me like 3 minutes to climb Mount Silver, so sub 210 isn't going to happen. Which is unfortunate. But if I can get under 213, I could get 4th place on the leaderboard. It missed out on the top 3. It needed to be faster than 203 to get top 3. Alright, teach rest over sub. Let's see, Charge Beam on the Pikachu. We only need +1 to guarantee Lapras. Charge Beam into +1 Hidden Power, 2 shots Pikachu. No need for the rare candy here, I can skip it. Wait. Oh, it rolled into the next day. You've got to be kidding. Oh, dude. Okay, that's a problem. You know what? I'll play this out. Leftovers is just going to cancel out the hail anyway. It rolled into the next day. That wasn't something I thought about. Well, that's a strategic error. Funnily enough, who knows, it might help me against red, but probably not. When you get to Venusaur, use rest to block Sleep Powder, and let it waste turns with Giga Drain. I'm guessing it's just because Hidden Power... I don't think Hidden Power Ice is going to one-shot Venusaur. Actually, I probably should have used a Charge Beam on that Snorlax. We'll miss. Didn't even get a boost. Oh, it went for Frenzy Plant. He might have just done that just because it was his last Pokemon. Ow. That was Overgrow. 2, 10, 17. 3 blackouts, 1 reset, level 90, game time of 6:58. This is a very good run. Honestly, I really should think about that for the future. It was kind of my fault. I had the time set to Tuesday at 6 p.m. The problem is the run literally rolled into the next day, to Wednesday at like 1 a.m. And that ended up getting rid of Diamond Dust. So honestly, I think unless I have to do EV training for speed, don't just set it. Just, you know what's interesting? Remember with the Metagross thing? I had to reset my time because I realized I forgot to get choice specs. That ended up bringing Diamond Dust back to Mount Silver when I shouldn't have had it. You know what? That could be a problem for runs in the future. Runs where I have to set it to nighttime. What I would probably have to do is, instead of, I would have to set it to like maybe the day before at 6 p.m. or maybe 8 p.m. So like by the time I get to Mount Silver, it'll be Diamond Dust. I'll need to remember that for next time. Hey, I got the under. Alright, let's go ahead and fill this out. We were level 90. 1 reset, which is insane. 1 reset. That's got to be a record for Heartgold. 2 hours, 10 minutes, 17 seconds. Game time of 8:50. Electric types are good. Electric types in Johto are good. There's very few ground weaknesses that they can be exploited by. The main exceptions are effectively Misty's Quagsire and Blue's Rhydon. I don't really count Lance's Garchomp. I don't really count that. But for electric types, just getting Hyper Beam is good for Quagsire. And for Rhydon, you just gotta have a good hidden power typing. But anyway, if we take a quick look at the leaderboard, Magnezone got 4th place overall on the leaderboard. It was faster than Gallade, which makes sense because Gallade did have to do setup. but it was slower than Ampharos. I think what really helped out Ampharos... what was it that helped Ampharos again? Something made it very good. I know it had Power Gem, Thunderbolt. Its speed wasn't that great. I think it was in the medium slow group, if I recall correctly. And it didn't have a setup move. I think it was just the raw power. Honestly, it might have just been a better Magnezone. Because it did have access to a bit more coverage. And obviously the top 2 places are all Swords Dance users. But yeah, this is a pretty good run. But yeah, I'll need to think about that in the future. If I ever do a run in Heartgold where I need to set it to nighttime for speed EV training, I might want to consider, instead of starting on, like, for this run, I started March 15th, 2022, because that was Diamond Dust on a Tuesday, so I could play on Tuesday. What I should have done was set it to March 14th at 7 p.m., so that way when I get to Mount Silver, it'll roll into the actual Diamond Dust day. That's something I should have done. So because of that oversight, I had to play against Red and Hail, which I'm not used to doing. But anyway, thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next stream will be tomorrow, where Ike the Killer, Steve, and I will do Pokemon Crystal with Mega Starmie. That thing is going to be an absolute powerhouse. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's just going to destroy everything. Like, if you thought regular Starmie was amazing, oh boy. Imagine if that thing gets an extra, like, extra special attack, extra speed, extra physical attack, more defenses. The thing literally gets like 140 added to its base stat total. I mean, granted, it could be because Mega Starmie is going to have huge power if it ever is in a game with abilities, because normally the Megas only get 100, not 140. But still, we're going to use the Legends ZA stats because it's the only thing we have. But anyway, I will see you all later. Bye.